Well, Jim, you know, Secretary Kerry is off on another marathon trip next week. Europe, Eastern Europe, and the Middle East, nipping at the heels of Hillary Clinton's record travel. But how does he stack up to Clinton when it comes to foreign policy successes? He took her job as Secretary of State, but he still praises her.
One of the country's remarkable secretaries of state.
I, John F. Kerry.
John Kerry has been America's top diplomat for only 10 months, but already he's racked up some significant achievements.
It's been a long day, long night, and I'm delighted to be here to share some thoughts with you about this negotiation.
A breakthrough interim deal with Iran to halt its nuclear program. A plan with Russia to force Syria to give up its chemical weapons. Peace talks between Israelis and Palestinians that seem to be on track. In her 4 years as Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton covered nearly 1 million miles in the air. Her key issue, women's rights.
An Afghanistan that is stable and secure and peaceful is in everyone's interest, particularly women and children. But it can't come at the cost of women and women's lives.
She scored some foreign policy successes, repairing America's image around the world, preventing a wider war in the Middle East by brokering a ceasefire in Gaza, an historic opening with Burma, building an international coalition to remove Libya's dictator Muammar Gaddafi, although her critics claim that victory was overshadowed by the killing of the American ambassador to Libya and 3 other Americans. So, whose scorecard looks better? Former Undersecretary of State Nicholas Burns says they're both successful in different ways.
He is a deal maker in the best sense of that term. He has thrown himself into the toughest negotiations that the United States can face. She took a longer range view of the job as well, and she did emphasize development and the ties between development and diplomacy and the role of women, which is a very important issue that had not received the attention it deserves.
Diplomats say that history deals each secretary their own hand of cards. For example, this Iran deal probably wouldn't have taken place if Iranians hadn't elected their own new president. And there's another factor at play. Secretary Kerry has no plans to run for president again. Hillary Clinton could be a candidate in 2016. Jim?